This is Limestone Research Market Update Edition 1. My name is Steve. Let's have a look what is happening. A little bit of macro. We can see SEC's cracking down on CZ and Binance. Not sure what's really going to come of this. There's always something that they're after. We're not sure what's happening with Ripple yet. So we don't know if this is going to be a big hit to macro, but short-term prices have come off a little overnight. Also, just want to touch on the RBA looks like it's raised the cash rate again, 0.25 percentage point to 4.1%, which is the highest level since April 2012. Looks like the CPI is still a little issue for Australia. This will tighten up the pockets a little bit and make, I imagine, home repayments a little bit harder in the next few months, unfortunately. We'll see what happens. Jumping into some charts. As we can see, S&P 500 at the moment is well above the 200-day moving average. It looks like it might be chasing some higher levels at the moment on these Fibonacci extensions. I'm not sure if we're going to see levels up to 4,500, but we just don't know. Looking into the A200, thought it's worth having a look. Also above the 200-day here, as we can see. Struggling a little bit. It's almost sitting, practically is sitting right on that point in 2020 when shit hit the fan around COVID. I know the Australian market has got a lot of dividend paying stocks, so I imagine that's what is keeping this from running like the S&P. If you have a look, their moment of 2020 is quite lower than where it is now, but it's not to say that it's not going to come back there at some point. Maybe the Aussie markets are more forward looking, not sure. Something to note, I'm looking at the Global X lithium chart. This one is looking okay, a little bit under the 200 moving day. Seems to be consolidating in a nice range here. Not sure what's going to happen. On the macro level, this contains Tesla, so there's a little bit of upward melting up that's happening, but not sure if it's enough to push it above or back to the 200-day level. Potentially maybe mid-July we might see some sort of cross. In the small cap space, got a little stock here I'm watching, Anson Resources. These guys looking like they're following the overall macro lithium trend. Looking at potentially getting closer to their 200-day, but struggling a little bit at the moment. Uranium spiked in the last week. You can see the 200-day is being blown out the park at the minute quite nicely, which is probably coming out of a $55 spot price. Some new levels getting pushed. Not sure if we're going to maintain those. I could probably see this coming back a little bit, testing some support there. In the Aussie markets, deep yellow looks to be following that momentum. It's just kissed the 200-day here. Hasn't quite broken above that line, so potentially we might see that pull back in the next couple of weeks. It's a nice little chart though. I'm watching. Looks like we've built some nice levels here. Probably could see that consolidating around the 70-cent mark next month or so. And last of all, as we said, the crypto market's taken a little hit. Interesting though enough, it is above its 200-day. I can see this pulling back somewhere, testing these levels, 25,000, potentially bouncing off this 200-day. If we don't see that hold, could be back to 20,000. So we're going to have a look at today. As we can see, gold's tracking nicely along with silver and oil under a little bit of pressure. We're just going to continue to monitor those. Nothing noteworthy at this stage. We might leave it there. Hope you enjoyed episode 1 Limestone Research Market Update. Cheers.